Hi, I'm Nomi, and today we'll be looking at Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a first-person adventure game where you can play as a pirate, either in solo mode or in multiplayer mode with a group of crewmates. The game is available on the Xbox One console and on Windows PC. Some additional accessibility options have been included in one of the updates for Sea of Thieves. In this video, we will look at how some of these accessibility options can be applied to how the game can be controlled. These options apply whether you're using a gamepad for the Xbox One console or whether you're using keyboard and mouse for Windows PC. In this video, we'll be using the gamepad to demonstrate. The accessibility options can be found by pressing Share on the Xbox One controller to bring up the game options. There are two radial menu options, which can be quite difficult for quite a lot of the people we work with to navigate. They normally require you to press and hold a button and move the joysticks and press multiple buttons at the same time to select. We will look at some of the accessibility options within the game that help with that. Toggle radial menus is one of the options within the game. Normally, you would, on an Xbox One controller, hold one of the bumpers, in this case the left bumper, to open up the menu, and then you'd use the right stick to choose your option, and release this bumper to bring it up. When you turn toggle radial menus on, it enables you to press the button once to open the menu, use the joystick to select what you want, and then press the button again to bring it up. With sticky radial items turned on, you press and hold the bumper to open the menu, and then you use the right stick to select your desired item, but you don't have to hold the joystick in place. And then you release the bumper to select that item. To sum up, having sticky radial items on removes the need to move and hold the joystick in place while you're selecting your item. And to have toggle radial menus on removes the need to hold the bumper as you're selecting your item. These can be used together to press a bumper once to open the menu and tap the joystick once in order to choose your menu option. So in this case, I would tap the bumper to open the menu, tap the joystick into the right direction, and tap the bumper again to confirm my choice. By default, some actions require you to press and hold a button in order to carry out that action. For example, loading cannonballs into the cannon, dropping anchor and repairing the hull will require you to press and hold a button in order to complete the action. There is an accessibility option called Reduce Hold to Interact, which when enabled will enable you to press the button once rather than holding the button to complete the action. By default, I would need to press and hold the Y button in order to load the cannon. When I turn on the accessibility option and reduce hold to interact, I just need to press the button once and the action will be carried out. So here I need to patch the hull. Normally it takes a button hold of 3 seconds or more in order for the action to complete, but with reduce hold to interact turned on, it means that you just have to press the right trigger once and it will complete the action within that time without you having to press the button for the 3 seconds. Some items require you to press and hold a button in order to use them effectively. For example, to aim your weapon, you have to press and hold the left trigger. There is an option in the game to make this easier. This option is called Reduce Hold to Use Item. By turning this option on, it enables you to toggle options such as aiming. Normally, to aim with this weapon, I would need to press and hold the left trigger to turn on aiming. By turning on the accessibility option, I just need to press the button once and it will toggle on aiming for me. To toggle the aim, you would press the button to turn aim on, you would aim, and then you'd press the button again to toggle aim off. This option also works for raising the lantern and using instruments. In Sea of Thieves, you're able to remap the buttons and triggers to the different actions depending on the context they are used in, which may enable you to use and reuse inputs that you prefer over others. For example, when you're in a rowboat, you might find that the triggers are quite difficult to press, so you can change the oar strokes to be buttons that you find easier. For example, changing the left trigger to A. The right oar stroke can also be changed to make it easier to something like B. Within the gameplay menu, there are additional analog options: mouse sensitivity, controller sensitivity, gamepad look dead zone, and gamepad response curve, as well as additional mouse sensitivity options for various weapons on mouse and gamepad. On Windows 10 and Xbox One, you can use a compatible gamepad alongside a mouse and keyboard. Depending on the last input used, the suggested button input will change. For example, if I use the controller last, it will suggest use X to use the wheel, whereas if I use the mouse and keyboard, it will suggest F to use the wheel. You can also use the Xbox Adaptive Controller to play the game. For this setup, I've set up co-pilot mode. I've turned on sticky radial items and toggle radial menu. I've then plugged the steady button into the left bumper to act as our radial menu. And then I've plugged the Ultra Stick to act as the right stick to select an item. I then press the left bumper again to confirm my selection. Thank you for watching, and please get in touch if you have any questions.